Hey Siri, help me find somewhere to live. Bay Area, and remember, it has to be affordable because I am on a budget. Great.
Well, that counts Silicon Valley out then, but that's what happens when you have famous neighbours. Homes end up costing a small fortune. Here in Menlo Park, the median price of a place just shy of $2 million.
Menlo Park is actually the home of Facebook, but the problem is lots of people working in there simply cannot afford to live anywhere nearby. It is too expensive. So now a new strategy from this place, from building friendships and networks to building homes.
Slowly, we're starting to see housing become the norm.
And if that's the case, here's Facebook's new normal. Facebook Town is the nickname, though the firm insists that's not what it will be called eventually. A plan to build affordable housing, a growing trend among Silicon Valley tech firms, according to one architectural practice that works with tech companies here a lot.
Is it also a case that if they don't do something, talent may leave?
We're already seeing that, and I think that this is combating that trend. A lot of our clients are building out, we're seeing a lot of people moving to Austin, the East Coast, even Chicago, things like that, where it is cheaper to live and it is cheaper for them to build ultimately.
Google's parent company Alphabet too is putting millions towards accommodation for some of its staff. This is, after all, an area where you can be earning hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, but still feel badly off.
Everybody wants to come here.
San Francisco, median house price $1.5 million. Rents here the highest in the world by some measures. Tough to get by, sure, but impossible?
If you really want to do it, it's doable. I have helped people, a lot of people from all over the world who were not making 500K. They were making maybe 300 or 200K, and it's doable. I'm not saying that they will live like Steve Jobs or
Mark Zuckerberg,
for example.
Yeah.
I can't say his name as well. So, but it's possible. So if you want to do it, you can do it.
Facebook is at great pains to point out this town won't be for employees only. 15% will be affordable homes for the community.
But of course, people who work there will naturally want to live nearby, blurring the line between home and the office. Is it healthy, though, to be surrounded by your work colleagues? Because you can never get away.
Well, I think there's a lot of potential for problems there. When I work with clients who are dealing with chronic work stress, some of the main things I work with them on are, well, one is creating good boundaries with work and being able to push back and create some separation there, because a lot of people, even when they don't live at work, they have bad boundaries. They're answering email in bed, they're working 14 hours a day, things like that. There's also kind of a difficulty. It's really hard to gain perspective when everybody you know is in the same situation as you are and they're all invested in the same things.
And this will be a big investment. 1,500 housing units plus stores. Facebook hoping to make friends again with those feeling increasingly priced out.
And if you were watching that and you heard me say median house price, $2 million, Menlo Park, and thought, what, that's a lot, I've got bad news for you, because I was told yesterday, if you come back in 10 years' time, you'll think that that $2 million was a steal, because prices are just going to keep going up and up and up. And in a way, Silicon Valley has kind of been a victim of its own success. I mean, think about somebody like Steve Jobs, for example, the late Apple co-founder. He grew up in Los Altos, which is a city in Silicon Valley. Very, very expensive now, but he came from fairly modest, working middle-class background. Had that been today, he and his family would not have been able to live there or anywhere nearby. So there's real questions there about what happens if you take the so-called, using this in quotation marks, but the normal earners, and you move them away and they're replaced simply with people who work in the tech industry and earn huge amounts of money. What will that mean for the future, for innovation and for inventions? So there is a feeling, that something has got to give at some point, because you still need your key workers, you still need your teachers, you still need your nurses, your firefighters, your police officers. What will give, only time will tell. But for some, that American dream, working hard, being able to afford their own home, really not working out very well for them at all at the moment.